All bricklayers should be trained and familiar with their safe systems of work prior to starting their tasks. Wearing appropriate PPE is essential, and that includes wearing shirts with sleeves to at least elbow length. When it comes to bricklaying, there are many factors to look at to work safely, but we want to give attention to 4 major contributors to injuries in your industry. These are working off platforms, hazardous substances, manual handling, and structural collapse. First, let's look at working off platforms. Modular scaffolds or trestles can be used when bricklaying. A modular scaffold is one of the more widely used ways of bricklaying at heights, because they are able to carry heavy-duty loads. The scaffold must be able to support loads of 675 kilograms per platform bay. The scaffold needs to be set up on a solid and level foundation, and must be properly braced and rigidly tied to the building with an easy access via stairs or a ladder. The platforms on the scaffold should be at least 5 planks wide with genuine scaffold planks in satisfactory condition. If the platforms are at a height of 2 metres or higher, then guardrails, mid-rails and toe boards are required. All scaffolds that are greater than 4 metres high need to be erected and dismantled by a person who carries a certificate of competency appropriate to that type of scaffold. The use of trestles is another option when it comes to working at heights. Trestles should be the heavy-duty type, fully planked and set up on a level, firm surface. They should never be used if there is a risk of either a brick or person potentially falling more than 2 metres. Trestles should never be piggybacked to gain extra height. Scaffolds are your only option if extra height is needed. Mixing mortar. When mixing mortar, make sure that you wear the appropriate PPE to protect yourself from splashbacks such as gloves and safety glasses. When working with dry cement dust, and especially lime, there is also a risk of inhalation, so an appropriate dust mask must be worn. Continual exposure over time can lead to contact dermatitis, so it's important for workers to regularly wash their clothes and skin. Material safety data sheets need to be available at the site before using any hazardous substances. To reduce manual handling when using the mechanical mixer, make sure guards are fitted and their mixer is in good working order. Manual handling. Manual handling can lead to strains and other injuries if a one-off high-degree force is applied, work is undertaken in an awkward posture, or work is repetitive in nature. The biggest manual handling problem associated with bricklaying is lifting above shoulder height. Whether it is bricks, blocks or mortar, the repetitive work can cause injuries either suddenly or gradually over time. There are 3 processes that need to be avoided so you can protect yourself from these injuries. They are 1. Throwing bricks up to the tradesman on the platform. 2. Overreaching to stack bricks or blocks onto a platform above shoulder height. 3. Shoveling mortar onto a platform at a level above your shoulders. With each of these potentially hazardous scenarios, there is a solution to help reduce the potential risk. They are 1. Using a brick elevator. 2. Using a ladder hoist. 3. Using a barrow hoist. Supporting brick walls and preventing structural collapse. The collapse of unstable and poorly braced masonry structures has previously resulted in severe incidents in the construction industry. Collapse typically is caused because a piece of plant collides with it, strong winds blow it over, or bracing wasn't adequate. Make sure your wall or structure can withstand all pressures during the various phases of the build by making sure you don't build too quickly, allowing mortar to gain its full strength. Provide adequate temporary bracing while the structure is unstable, especially if the lateral support from piers, cross walls, floors and roof framework is not yet in place or being altered. By remembering each other and following these basic steps when bricklaying, we can help keep each other safe.